St. Joseph Mustangs trying to make it back to the Mink League Championship Series.
You could feel the momentum shift, and they were able to take advantage.
They are the Mink League champions for the 7th time in team history.
The 4th. Paul Liner up the middle, over the glove of Nivens. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score.
And those guys were just so tough all year long, especially towards the end. You know, they got hot when it mattered the most.
The St. Joseph Mustangs are 2021 Mink League champions.
They were super excited for the opportunity to bring a championship back.
Welcome into the season finale of the St. Joe Mustang Show, presented by Getz Credit Union, Triumph Foods. Chris Roush, Mitchell Ribberall. What a season it was for the Mustangs, pulling off the three-peat.
Yes, there was a little moment in there where you're like, can they do it? Especially in that final championship. Lost 7-3 game 1, game 2. Took the lead eventually and then ended up winning that one. And once you kind of knew they won that game 2, it kind of felt like there's no way they're going to lose a Phil Welch for the decider game. That's how I felt personally.
Well, that's how it's been the last couple of times through. You know, back in 2019 when they won it, they won the championship, final score 18-10. Last year when they won it, they run ruled a team in 7 innings. Here at Phil Welch, this year, run rule again in 7 innings.
Yes.
When the game's played here, home field advantage is definitely a real thing because no one else gets crowds like the Mustangs do where you get 3,000, 4,000 fans here for a championship.
Yeah, and that's what I said that the day of the second game. I went live out here, and that was a key to the game. One was getting ahead early because we've seen them fall behind and make those incredible comebacks, but playoff championship, that doesn't always happen. That regular season, that can happen, a little more special, but playoff, I was like, first key, you got to get an early lead, and they did, and second was the fans. And we've talked to so many players throughout the season, and Johnny Coy, Kai Turner, and they all agree that the fans are the biggest home field advantage for this team, and they needed to show out, and those fans did.
We've talked about it enough. Now let's show you how that championship came to be to make the Mustangs now three-peat champions here in the Mink League.
The St. Joseph Mustangs pulling off a historic feat, winning their 3rd straight Mink League championship.
The 2-1 pitch. Lined off the glove of Bressler. 1 run comes in. Here comes Bodenhausen, and that'll do it. A mission accomplished. The first three-peat in Mink League history belongs to St. Joe.
We came into the summer knowing that we had the potential to do it again, and our first three-peat feels amazing, especially with all the fans here and a crowd of what felt like the whole stadium was packed. It's amazing, man.
That means everything. Especially my last game. For sure my last game as a Mustang. And to go out on top really helps.
For the 2nd season in a row, the Mustangs run-ruling their opponent to capture the title. This year, in part because of Jack Wagner's 8 RBI night, including a 3-run home run. And the work of Ty Hilzebeck, who graduated high school in May, given the nod to secure the title.
I love that feeling, and I know that these dudes behind me, if I get them a ball, they're going to make a play, so I just had to throw strikes, fill it up.
Honestly, he's going to be utterly terrifying in 2 years. It's going to be even scarier when he's out there on the mound, but no, that just comes down to that nature of he is an ultimate competitor out there. He is not scared of whoever's in that box, and he just goes and attacks right away.
Night in and night out this summer, the Mustangs putting on a show, bringing people together, celebrating the success.
St. Joe's a special place. I mean, we don't toot our horn enough about how cool St. Joe is, and so this is just a small glimpse into what St. Joe, the potential of it, what it could be.
Winning their 3rd straight Mink League title and 8th overall, the Mustangs creating a dynasty in this town. And St. Joseph's been known to be a baseball town for a long time. And with the way this team continues to play, perhaps this Mustangs dynasty is just beginning.
I think we're going to go for 4. And so 8-time champion sounds nice until you hear 9.
Welcome back to the season finale of the St. Joe Mustang Show, sponsored by Gets Credit Union and Triumph Foods. And we've been talking about great moments, great players all summer long. And Chris, what has been your favorite moments or moments that have stuck out to you?
Well, we could talk about on-the-field stuff all day, but I think it's what the Mustangs do in the community. I've talked to people about this, and you too, that when the season was canceled in 2020, didn't really know what was going to happen in 2021. Fans came back. But there's a certain energy now within this team, within this community, where they give back. And they always have done that, but there's something different. And one of their fans this year, you got to see it happen. Such a cool night for one of their biggest supporters, biggest fans here in St. Joe.
Yeah, it was a very special moment. TJ Bacon, and if you've ever been to a St. Joe Mustang show, you have definitely seen him, interacted with him, and he's always, if he's not enjoying the game, he's working the side gate, and always has a smile on, and he's just one of the nicest people I've ever met. And the St. Joe Mustangs, I mean, they did something really special this summer for him. I don't want to spoil what they did if you haven't seen it, so we'll just take a look at what the St. Joe Mustangs did for TJ.
Great job, TJ. Love you, brother. Love you, my man. It's unbelievable what they've done for me.
While in a tight battle for first seed in the playoffs, the St. Joe Mustangs doing something bigger than just the game.
That's why I say, you know, we're here for the community. And that's what we like to, you know, harp on. It's like, it's not just about wins and losses. Pretty good baseball, but it's about being a part of the community.
TJ Bacon, one of the Mustangs' biggest fans, has been searching for a new wheelchair. And this past Wednesday, during the final stretch of the regular season, the Mustangs allowed him to throw a first pitch, but also gave him an unbelievable gift.
To have the opportunity to, you know, supply him with a new one was just, you know, an honor for us.
As outfielder Brady Holden walked up with the brand new wheelchair, TJ overwhelmed with emotions.
With this brand new wheelchair for our man TJ.
I was more than surprised. I did not expect this one at all. At all. I'm still in shock. I got no words. Still got no words.
TJ hoped his old wheelchair would last through a September doctor's appointment, even asking for help on social media. But thanks to the Mustangs and his baseball family, he's been blessed and thankful for the gift.
I can't thank you guys enough, and I love every single one of you. It's incredible. It's just been incredible.
TJ's been here for about 6 years, and every year, I mean, these guys kind of wrap their arms around him, and to see them come out here like it was a walk-off victory, I mean, it was just incredible. And I think they were just as excited about it as TJ was.
And about the new wheelchair, didn't take long for TJ to switch over and enjoy it.
Amazing. So comfortable. I'm ready to use it. I'm ready to roll.
TJ, well-deserved moment to get that new wheelchair. Definitely needed after you kind of saw his old one, and he was forever grateful. He had no words after that moment.
Yeah, like you said, TJ is one of the greatest guys you meet, and you know, sometimes you have a hard time knowing if someone's genuine. There's no way you don't know TJ's genuine. He is exactly what you see. Great guy, awesome night for TJ and the Mustangs there. But there's also been a lot of other great moments this summer too. July 3rd, July 4th, those are big nights. You were able to experience them this year too, just how special they were. July 3rd, in fact, the Mustangs, they always try to honor someone who served in the military, served their country. This year, the Mustangs honoring a family, a Gold Star family, for their son's sacrifice.
Baseball is a game of strength and sacrifice, and on this night, it defined it.
I'm only going to think of the good things and be proud of what he did, especially when it came down to it, knowing that he stood there till the very end and did the job that was required of him.
During the July 4th weekend, the St. Joseph Mustangs honored Private First Class Brian J. Bradbury's Gold Star family.
Pretty cool that we didn't even ask for none of this. And
yeah, we didn't ask for it kind of go above and beyond just saying his name.
We're here playing a baseball game, and without people like Brian, I mean, it's not possible. And so we're very appreciative of the opportunity that we had.
Bradbury, a Benton High School graduate, served his country, paying the ultimate sacrifice, defending his brothers in arms, dying a hero on June 21st, 2006 in Afghanistan.
Here is Brian, here's the enemy. Here's all of them back here. So that just goes to show you how close Brian was. They said he could even see faces.
Part of the 10th Mountain Division and member of a 6-man recon sniper team. In a battle known as Hill 2610 in June 2006, Bradbury's service to protect his country was on full display. Outnumbered and bullets flying and RPGs destroying the ground and everything around them, a group of more than a dozen soldiers, including Bradbury, ambushed by the enemy.
Some of those letters that he wrote, I'm writing not to scare you, but they say this will be the mission that they were on. They told them this will be the biggest mission in most military people's careers right now that we're about to send you on.
Though mortally wounded, losing his arm in the fight, even a medevac helicopter trying to pull Bradbury to safety, but the cable couldn't hold him, falling 100 feet onto rocks, yet still fighting, holding back the enemy to the very end.
Very proud to hear that even after he was shot, he still maintained his position, and he did until he ran out of ammunition and until he was given the signal to retreat.
His service ended on June 21, 2006 as a hero, and Bradbury and men who died that day will always be remembered by the survivors and their families, but also by all of us.
There's so much that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, and we don't really think about the sacrifices others make, and Brian especially. I mean, it's just an incredible story and what his family has been through, and to have the opportunity to have them out here was a special moment for us, one that we won't soon forget.
His story can be found in CNN Jake Tapper's book, The Outpost, but there's so much more to this St. Joseph native that died protecting us. Bradbury knew his time was short. A devout believer in God at Word of Life Church, Bradbury knew his time was coming, but his spirit never wavered.
He wrote his love affair with God, and he wrote how much that he loved him and how he felt when he prayed with him, and he actually said in that God had put being in the Army, had put that in his heart.
It's been 16 years since his passing, but the Mustangs, honoring Bradbury's Gold Star family at the game Sunday night, brought Brian's story back into the light.
We don't get the birthdays, we don't get the Christmas, so having moments like these, it gives us that moment that we're missing of all the gatherings.
It hasn't been easy for Brian's family, his wife and 2 daughters, mother, brothers, and their families. But telling his story keeps Brian's memory alive.
I don't even care if they just say his name. To me, that keeps him alive, and when they stop talking about it, when they stop doing anything, and when they stop caring, I just feel like that's when they die.
Known as reserved, quiet individual, Brian wasn't about the spotlight, but through the years of honor and the salutes to his bravery, his family knows he would be so proud of his duty to his country.
I can just see him, and I'll try to maintain, standing there with his chest puffed up and saying, this is something that I did, and being very proud of what he did.
Welcome back to the final episode of the St. Joe Mustang Show. Mitchell Ribberall, Chris Roush, hello, and joined by Blaze Kemper, the one and only Blaze Battlegrounds champion.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm here.
Don't come in here polite and all this stuff.
Yeah, you were talking a lot of smack, last couple of weeks.
To all of us, really.
But no, seriously, Blaze, we'll get right into it. How does it feel, to be Blaze Battleground champion?
It feels amazing. It's just, it was hard to go unbeaten, and especially winning against these two.
Okay.
Hey, I like that. And maybe not that hard against Chris.
But against Johnny Coy and Kai Turner, Brady, and Rowley, against some of my opponents this year, I did pretty good.
Yeah. Who's your favorite opponent?
I'd say Rowley from last week. Also against my dad, because I came behind and win. But also Brady Holden, a Mid Buchanan alumni. I want to give him a shout out. I also want to say Johnny Coy and Kai Turner. So
basically all of them.
Except for us two.
Except for
Pretty
us
much
two.
what you said.
That's fair.
I'd beat you if we redid this.
No, you wouldn't.
I don't know. See.
Anyway, a lot of great moments. Some outtakes that maybe you'll see in here too, but let's look back on some of the more fun, best moments from Blazes Battleground this summer.
1-0, and this one's kind of interesting because it's a father-son duo.
I taught him everything he knows, so.
It's time to end this.
Would you like to say anything before we get started, Brady?
It's just Blaze's last week with the belt.
No, I'm going to extend this. Challenge extended. Here we go.
Correct, and Blaze stays the winner. He is 4-0. Chris struggled this week. Can you tell me the score of the championship game?
No pressure.
Who won the 1954 World Series?
1954?
Usually you sit here, we're switching things up because I already lost. Now it's your turn.
To lose?
To lose.
I'm going to say the Oakland A's.
Close. Detroit.
Detroit.
Can I steal an answer, please?
Detroit. All right, Danielle.
Hey, Blaze, I'm gonna tell you what right now. Guys, someone called 911. We got a firefighter here. We're about to put out this blaze. You're gonna see it right here live on air. Blaze, you're going down this week.
Nope, the fire keeps growing after this win. Rowley, just one compliment. You are actually the best mascot in the Mink League, and no other mascots can pass you up. So you're the best mascot in the Mink League.
Great, 1 second. Okay, here we go.
Fair thing.
But at the same time, good luck, Rowley.
Like Mitchell said, Blaze, loved having you this summer. Made a lot of fun. A lot of outtakes that may never see the light of day, or they could see the light of day. Who really knows? But had a lot of fun. I know Mitchell had the same amount of fun too.
I did.
Exactly.
Anything else you want to say before we go to break?
I actually have a story on how I wear this pink jersey.
Go ahead.
So Ike Buck gave me this jersey last year, and he got injured this year. So I decided, you know what? Why not pay a little tribute to him? And the reason why I wear this every Mustang show, give him tribute, and hopefully he comes back to the Mustangs next season.
I like that.
That's how we're going to end this one, Blaze. Thanks for coming on every week.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. A lot of great moments for the Mustangs, especially with this championship win. A lot of great players on this year's team, too. You had everything from the homegrown talent. You had MIAA talent. You had guys from across the country here. Who was one or two of your standouts this summer?
Well, that just makes it really special. You know what you said, players from all over the country. That makes Mink League special, St. Joe special, that they can bring those caliber guys in, those D1 caliber guys. But personally for me, I've been here, this is my second summer, so Brady Holden has always impressed me, one of my favorite players and people I've ever met in St. Joe, and I really enjoyed watching Trevor McCollum, Maury. He was really good on the mound, especially those late games.
Lights out.
Lights out, yeah.
Jack Wagner, 8 RBIs in that championship when they won 11-1. You don't have an 8 RBI night. It's just unheard of. But back to Maury. I said across the country. We need to expand that.
Yeah, across the globe.
Maury from Japan, his first season here at the Mustangs. Take a look at what he experienced during his time here in St. Joseph.
Morichika Hama, a flame-throwing strikeout collector, gave the St. Joseph Mustangs an extra boost this summer.
To me, everything comes from baseball.
Hama, new to the team and town this summer, brought a different perspective to the game for his teammates. After all, he comes to St. Joseph from Japan.
The main reason I wanted to come to America to play baseball is because baseball here is more authentic. It's also a good experience, and I want to take back everything I'll learn while I'm here.
A dominant pitcher for the Mustangs this season, striking out 32 in 28 innings, he helped lead the team to their third consecutive Mink League championship. Besides being naturally gifted and excelling on the mound, Hama majors in sports health science and says his understanding of anatomy improves his gameplay.
Understanding health science is very helpful when I evaluate players' motions. like how to hit a baseball or throwing motions.
Left fielder Trevor McCollum lived with Hama this summer and says Hama's insight and knowledge benefits others.
I know he works with the pitchers a lot, so you'll see pregame if you're out here, him working with like mobility or just mechanics with the other guys, and he does a lot of like banded work, just different things that help out all the other pitchers.
New to American baseball, Hama also new to some American cultures, but there's a language Hama can use freely with his host family too.
Even though we don't speak the same language as our primary language, having baseball as a unifying language, I mean, Trevor and Maury, they demonstrate batting swings or throwing mechanics, and then the boys jump right in and they mimic each other, and they're learning off of each other even though they don't speak the same primary language.
Hama's St. Joseph experience ended with the Mustangs Mink League Championship, a summer he'll never forget, full of baseball and lasting friendships.
Wherever you are, always think about what you can do and what you can give others.
Riley Alden, KQ2 Sports.
Welcome back to the final episode of St. Joe Mustang Show, sponsored by, of course, Getz Credit Union and Triumph Foods. And we're here, Mitchell Ribberall, Chris Roush, at Phil Welch Stadium, one final time for the summer. Kind of gets you emotional.
Yeah, you okay?
Sure.
You've been crying in between
a little
commercials
couple
here
tears,
the whole time.
but it's been a great summer. Final thoughts, and Chris, I'll let you go first. What did you think of the season?
Another unbelievable season. I know we say that a lot, but there's just a lot to look back on. I mean, opening day is such a cool night. Mustangs didn't win opening night, but just opening day for St. Joe Mustangs baseball, that's a huge day in the year. July 3rd, July 4th, the Tenderloins for 4 games.
That was fun.
Man, there was just did you ever have a Tenderloin?
No, not this year.
But you had Tenderloins before?
Yes.
What was your favorite kind? Not if you were a Tenderloin. We're not going to go back through that again like we did a few weeks ago.
I couldn't tell you. Just keep going.
You don't have a favorite Tenderloin?
No, it's food. It's all good.
Anywho, a lot of great memories for me. What about you?
We've talked about it, the TJ story, and Maury, Brady, Trevor. I mean, a lot of those guys. And I think probably just my favorite part about the summer was kind of just the no-quit attitude. Yeah. Even if they were down by 5, 6, 7, they could come back. And even just hanging out with Kai Turner, I really got to know him this summer, and it was really cool to see how he kind of runs Phil Welch, first year as his owner, and comes away with a championship. I mean, what else could you ask for?
Not much.
Not much. So all that was very special.
And before we go, we have to mention Ty Hilzebeck.
Yes.
The championship night. He just turned 18 last month. The kid was pitching as a 17-year-old in the Mink League against 22, 23-year-old guys.
Very impressive.
Shut down outing against Joplin in the championship night. Have to give him a huge shout out too. But it's been a pleasure doing this with you all summer.
Yes, it's been fun.
I'm going to tease this a little bit here because he's going to put it on social media. Brady Holden doesn't want him to talk about it, but this guy
Brady
may
does not
have more hits than Brady in a competition. We'll put that on social media later on, but
yes,
that's why every time he says something about him and Maury with a competition, there's a smile.
Yeah,
just
a little bit.
It's not even a little smile. He's still smiling. This has been the St. Joe Mustang Show. Thank you so much for being with us all summer long. We had a blast.
Yes, we did.
We're looking forward to next year's season. Thank you for watching here on KQ2.